Instead of prayers, the president received a lecture during the national prayer service.
There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation, but the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals.
Fox News contributor Joe Concha joins us now. Joe, the president has already responded to this, saying, quote, the so-called bishop who spoke at the national prayer service on Tuesday morning was a radical left hardline Trump hater. She brought her church into the world of politics in a very ungracious way. So I guess there's a first time for everything, including being attacked at church.
Yeah, a fact check true on the president's response to what he had to sit through yesterday, along with J.D. Vance, obviously their spouses. I did get a kick out of the whole, well, illegal immigrants are the ones who clean our toilets. Huh. I don't know. That sounds pretty, something to me. But look, I guess I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. I mean, this woke bishop advocating for open borders, trans rights. It was just jarring to watch. And for instance, even on the trans rights issue, if you want to talk about biological men competing against biological women in sports, you're talking like an 80-20 issue now, 80 oppose, 24. So even all the things that she was advocating for, like open borders, like just let everybody in. We just had an election where I'm pretty sure a vast majority of the American people said, we don't want that anymore. We're seeing what it's doing to our country. So even her arguments were wrong. And Donald Trump was right to say what he said. But it was the way he said it this time around, where he didn't overreact too much and just said what had to be said and just left it there. I think many people are with the president on this one and against this woke bishop, who I would imagine will be co-hosting with Rachel Maddow tonight over at MSNBC.
What a stark contrast from Pastor Lorenzo Sewell at the inauguration. His prayer for not just Donald Trump, but for our nation had me wanting to run through a wall for our country. It inspired everybody. And we've had him on the show, Joe. I don't know what party he is. That topic didn't come up. What came up was his commitment to faith, his commitment to bringing that faith to the people of our country. And he did that on Monday. And yet Tuesday, we get this. I want to move on to this, Joe. The Politico editor-in-chief says it is time to admit that Trump is a great president. Yes, those words just came out of Politico. Hear more. He writes, quote, he is someone with an ability to perceive opportunities that most politicians do not, and forge powerful, sustained connections with large swaths of people in ways that no contemporary can match. In other words, he is a force of history. Now, Carly, I want to check my notes on this. This was in Politico, Joe. What's going on here?
Yeah, Politico, not exactly a bastion for a conservative sentiment or just nice things to say about Republicans in general. And to see that, it was candid, and you have to appreciate that. And look, again, when you look at polls and you see that 6 in 10 Americans, 6 in 10, believe that this president will be successful. Another 6 in 10 believe that things will get better over the last 4 years and believe that things were worse over the previous 4 years. So the fact that Donald Trump came in here, winning the popular vote, the swing state, helped Republicans win back the Senate, hold the House, more governors are Republican than Democrat, 48 of 50 states went more red than blue. Yeah, that is a force of nature that can do that in a world where you had lawfare, in a world where you had 2 assassination attempts, 2 impeachments, and a hostile media. The fact that Donald Trump came over that and got over all of those hurdles, it's the greatest comeback ever.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.